still working on the open chords as we've been doing for the last few lessons. And this time we're gonna do the main chords on the key of E. All right, that would be the one chord, which is the E, number 4, which is A, and the fifth chord or dominant chord, which is the B7. Normally in this place I would show you the B chord, but the B chord is fairly hard to play for beginners, and we still haven't discussed the bar chords. So we'll leave that for another video where I'm just going to talk exclusively about bar chords, which is well, it's one of the first really big challenges that we need to overcome if we are to become guitar players. But this video is not about bar chords. It's about these 3 chords: E, A, and B7. All right, and as always, you can practice them with the finger picking that we discussed before. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, there's gonna be a link in the description for the finger picking video. All right, and also practice it with a down strum like this 4 times or 8 times. All right, now let's zoom in and break it down. All right, so we're gonna get started with the E chord, the first one. So our main root bass is gonna be the open 6th string, and then our middle finger is gonna be on the 2nd fret of the 5th string, and then the ring finger is gonna be on the 4th string on the same fret, and the index finger is gonna be on the 3rd string, 1st fret. All right, yes, remember that the strings are numbered from the thin one to the thick one. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, not the other way around. And that's the case on all string instruments. The thinnest one or the smaller one is gonna be number 1, and the thick one is gonna be the highest number, in this case 6. All right, so index on the 3rd string, 1st fret, middle finger on the 2nd fret of the 5th string, and the ring finger is going to be on the 2nd fret of the 4th string. All right. All right, can you see all right? Very well. And then the next chord is going to be A, which is going to be on all the fingers on the 2nd fret, on the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th string this way, and your main bass note is gonna be the open 5th string. All right. And also, a lot of times what we end up doing is barring the 3 strings with our index finger like this, but most of the times you're gonna mute that 1st string. So if you want to get the fuller sound, then this is the way to go. All right, and then the 3rd chord, the B7, it's a little more difficult because we're going to use all the fingers. So it's going to be index finger on the 4th string, 1st fret, and then the middle finger on the 2nd fret of the 5th string, and the ring finger on the 2nd fret of the 4th string. Then we skip the 2nd string and pinky on the 1st string, 2nd fret. So all these 3 fingers are gonna be on the 2nd fret and the index on the 1st fret. All right. And we wanna avoid this 6th string because this note is not part of the chord. So we can practice it with the 4 down strums, 8 for the last one, 3, 4. And again, we want to practice this very slowly so we are in control of the chord changes. All right, for example, it could be this way. Or if you want to practice the finger picking, then do that as well. I encourage you to practice it both ways. All right, and as always, work that very slowly at first, and then continue to build up your speed as you become a little stronger and more confident. Because all these lessons, what we're trying to achieve is to build up the muscles in your hand become stronger, and that way you can endure the effort that is required to play the guitar. All right, dear students, this is all we got for this lesson. Remember to keep building up your strength, because as we discussed it before, the guitar is a very physical instrument. It's a very physically demanding instrument. It requires that your hand becomes strong, and that your fingertips are able to endure that effort. Okay, so keep working on it, and we have one more lesson coming with major chords, open chords, which is going to be the key of A, and then we'll talk a bit about the basic strumming patterns that we're going to be using. All right, so that's it for today, and I will see you at the jam night.